All right, guys. It's time for the winners match. Best of 5, and REYNOR is going to start with a 12 full. He is banking on Hero going for a gas first, no scout. He really wants Hero to build a gas right now. REYNOR is gambling, and he's gambling on the fact that he knows that Hero gambles and does this build a lot. And because it's a big map, Hero likes to do one of two things. Either gas first greed or block your expansion. This map's too big to block the expansion. It takes too long for the probe to get across. REYNOR says, I think there is a very high chance you don't scout. You go gas first, expand, very greedy build. And when I rock up with a bunch of Zerglings, you are dead. Now, he could even pull drones with this. I think he's going to do that because he hasn't sent a drone to his natural. Never mind, he is sending a drone to his natural now. But I think he's just going to go with Zerglings. You can even pull drones and fight with Zerglings and drones, but even Zerglings alone should do enough economic damage to effectively make it GG. This is the only real build that punishes no scout, and Zerg almost never does this build, which is why it is actually correct as a Protoss player to not scout a fair amount of the time. Maybe 1 in 3 games. Hero does it a lot more than 1 in 3 games, and as a result, he is much more exposed to being punished. Serral got him with this at Maestros of the Game in Paris at LAN late last year. And once again, another Basilisk Zerg has picked their build very well. This should be an automatic win. It should be a GG. Lings and drones coming on in. Lings and drones coming on in. Oh, here we go. It's going to be GG. The Zealots just started. There is no way that pylon gets built. The drones are going to help kill it as well, and when that's depowered and you can't build other units, it is GG. The drones tank for the Zerglings, let the Zerglings finish the pylon, and he goes into that main base. Of course, there is no defending. Hero's going to try and stack up in between the mineral patch and hope that he can one-shot the Zerglings and drones. But REYNOR is just like, whatever, dude, I can just kill your pylon and do this. Hero's going to make probes because they're the only fighting unit he can actually produce right now. But look at that. REYNOR's drilling in there as well. It's drones on probes. Drones on probes. Who's going to be able to win? Now, the way you do this is you spam click to stack them. You quickly attack a move, and then you stack them again. And it looks like the drones are winning that fight with the help of those Zerglings. The probes will go down. Both sides one-shotting each other. And REYNOR with a cheeky smile on his face. Hero with a bit of a chagrined kind of smile. He understands exactly what happened, and he's like, you got me, man. You got me. All right, guys, REYNOR in the top left. Great win for him. Chat was just saying Hero's never going to skip scouting ever again. And I was just saying to that Twitch chatter, which you'd think for most people, yes, that might be the reaction. But remember, this has happened to Hero before. And honestly, he's the sort of player who sometimes will immediately in the next game go for a no scout build 2 games in a row and do it. This time he is going to pylon scout, and he's actually really lucky. Because this is a pretty bad opening if you don't scout your opponent first. But he happens to go in the right direction, which means he should be able to maybe block the hatchery. Actually, no. No, he's not early enough. The hatchery's going to go down here on 16. 275 minerals, 46 seconds. And Hero, I feel like this early probe, it's a bit of a paranoid opening for him. Worried about going down 0-2. I thought he would double down and gamble in the face of danger. But we'll see how it goes. For those who don't know, REYNOR got 3-0'd by Skillus. When was that, guys? 12 hours ago? 14 hours ago? Sometime my very early hours of my morning, which would be yesterday evening if you're in Europe, in the big brain bouts. His confidence is at an all-time low in ZVP. He was saying in my chat when we were casting the first round of the tournament that his confidence level in ZVP is lower than his skill in League of Legends right now. He feels like he is at an amateur competitive level of ZVP. I think he's underselling himself. I know he's been vocally frustrated in the matchup, struggling a little bit. A lot of Protoss players just kind of going Storm and trying to get to the late game. But honestly, I think when you play against Hero, he doesn't just sit there and turtle. I think there's going to be plenty of opportunities for REYNOR to make plays. But it's all about, can he go into this with the right mindset? Because Hero's always going to give you opportunities to win the game. He's never going to play safe. He's going to get in your face. And that it'll become a dance. I mean, they had a crazy finals on Thunderfire. So bloody close. And that was awesome. Chat says, REYNOR played that at 4 a.m. though. He did, but REYNOR normally doesn't wake up until, I believe, about midday, 1 p.m. So I think it was definitely the end of his day. Probably not his peak time to be playing by any means in terms of performance. But it also wasn't what 4 a.m. is for a normal functioning human. It was game of 4 a.m. which is more like, I don't know, 9 p.m. in the evening for one of us. You know, you're winding down for the day. But for it's not, you know, for most of us, if we were playing at 4 a.m., that is actually our whole body cycles, like energy low, mental focus low. But pro gamers are degenerates. Dep's gonna shade around here. REYNOR's living in Korea right now, guys, so they are playing on the same server. No latency here. Dep shades over. Chat says, I'm barely alive at 9 p.m. Yes, well, the joys of being a 24-year-old, right? The joys of being a 24-year-old REYNOR. Clem said he got 3 hours before his group yesterday. 3 hours sleep, even though it started at 10 a.m. his time. Well, that was pretty impressive. Dep's coming in. So Void Ray first. Hero's done a lot to popularize this opening. If you can hide your overlords from it, it's very advantageous, but REYNOR does at least have one overlord that'll get picked off nice and early. Void Ray says, hello. Welcome to my prismatic alignment. Gets himself a first overlord. This one's going to run to the right. Should be able to escape. This guy's still sitting here. REYNOR's got to pull him out. This guy should also be pulling out. He's got to pull these overlords right into the back. If that Void Ray gets a second overlord, it's super valuable. And even another overlord rallying to the front. These overlords are a bit exposed. Queens aren't out there. Oh, he's not even pulling overlords far enough back. Lings are over there, but the Void Ray coming in deep. Queens will start to push it away. There's an overlord up north that it might find. I think Hero finds himself a value deal there. If he's watching, finally realizes prismatic alignment's about to be ready. That's an easy snipe, I think. Oh, he pulls away. Not willing to sacrifice any hit points off of that Void Ray. Lair's on the way, nice and early. It's a 410 Lair. REYNOR, of course, is very worried about Tempest builds. All the gimmicky builds that can follow Void Rays. That we know that Hero is famous for. Could go second Stargate Fleet picking, but he's a bit slow to put on gas. So it feels to me like he's just going to do a more standard Twilight Forge here. Twilight Forge does go down. Dep's going forwards, Void Ray. Oh! Does get himself a second Overlord, even though he let that other one slip away. 6 Adepts are here. There are 15 Zerglings on the map. Should be enough to defend this, but only 4 Queens. REYNOR, of course, has an epic work account due to that greed and bad shade. Great cleanup for REYNOR here, guys. Ooh. Oh, wow, that's really good for REYNOR. Quite bad for Hero, who... I mean, where even are his oracles? He's got an oracle just chilling here. I guess he's got one on the high ground. Doesn't find any damage. Hydra Den's already 3/4 complete. This feels like such a good start now for REYNOR. Because it Void Ray into 2 oracles massively delays your charge, your +1. There's no robo. There's a worker advantage for Zerg, which is always nice in this matchup. If REYNOR can get a 4th base up as well, that'd be good. But he's already making 6 Hydras. He might be tempted to just do a Hydraling all in off 5 gases here. Takes a 4th base up north. Oracles and Adepts were down here trying to deny this base. Void Ray's just chilling at home defensively. There is a Robo, Templar Archives. And did he just build another Oracle, guys? Who the hell goes Void Ray into triple Oracle? That's so expensive. This is like creator style. You're just going to have almost no units. I feel like Hydra timing just beats this. If REYNOR just goes with like 16 Hydras and then makes a couple Banes, I honestly don't think there's anything Hero can do. REYNOR could defend that base, but he's not gonna. He's gonna give it up. He's like, screw it. I'm just gonna attack. I don't want to let you distract me. Doesn't cancel the hatchery. That is a mistake. He's clearly just going for broke now. Hero's gonna run home. I think he realizes something's up. Trying to build a few gateways on the front. He's only on 2 gateways. He has 7 gateways building right now. He's making Archon Zealot. The Banes will clear the Zealots. There's so few Zealots, though. I think the real answer is Hydras here. Oh, Hero not watching! But they do survive. 2 Adepts will stumble into this momentarily. Only 1 Archon and a Shield Battery. The Hydras are getting up in there. Lings are already targeting some of the gateways. The Hydra's doing very well. Lings getting a pretty good angle on those units, but the Archon funnels them. 1 Oracle goes down. Hydra's trying to get in there. The Oracle count starts to drop. Baneling's going after the probes on that base. They do mostly survive those probes for now, and Immortal's coming out as well. The Ling rally is absolutely deadly. Doesn't have groove spines, but it doesn't matter. He's got the movement speed, which is the most important thing for Hydras. The Archon gets focus fired. Probes do not have much damage. It's just a couple of Stalkers, a couple of Zealots. And this is a beautiful Hydra timing. Hero played so incredibly greedy, guys. Void Rain to Triple Oracle, and on top of that, he threw away 6 Adepts into the natural, and REYNOR. Just decisive commit here of 59 workers, 5 gases, a brilliant timing. Does break through and overwhelms. Hero far too greedy in game 2. That's 2 games in a row where greed has gotten the better of Hero. But remember, this is Hero. He's made so many reversals over the years, and it's not over until the Fat Zerg sings. Oh, the Hydra's doing so good. Gets the Immortal as well. Yeah, Immortal goes down. Zealot Warpins are powerful with +1. They clean up Zerglings pretty quickly, but as you can see, no mining on this third. REYNOR hasn't rebuilt his 4th base yet. Pylons are getting targeted. Sentries warping in the natural. It's 3 Sentries, an Archon, and 2 Zealots. Queens have walked across the map rather randomly. REYNOR is all in. Justifiably so. Zealots will come from behind. Force fields try to go down, with the Archon getting popped. Where's your firepower? A couple Sentries, a couple Zealots that just disappear. And that's going to be game, man. Hero, a frustrating start to this best of 5. Alright, guys. REYNOR did get blocked here. Hero went straight across with the probe, and REYNOR does have to take the 3rd base on Winter Madness. Hero, no more room for errors. Usually when a series starts like this, the Protoss player looks dejected. They look tilted. They look upset. Hero is immune to tilt. Even when he looks a bit frustrated, this man truly finds joy in the process of playing StarCraft. REYNOR used to have this attitude, and something changed at some point, maybe 2022, 2023. There was some point where REYNOR got a little bit burnt out from just grinding thousands and thousands of games without having much balance in his life. And he stopped being as immune to tilt, where REYNOR sometimes does tilt these days. Not that much, and when he's vibing, he's still definitely in the role, and he just kind of gets flowing and plays well. But Hero, I feel like, is immune to tilt. Like, it's just, I've seen Hero throw multiple games in the dumbest fashion ever, and bounce back and play perfect, amazing games, and fully reversal series. I never count Hero out, ever, anymore. We've seen him make so many crazy comebacks from down in games, down in series, and he looks a bit more focused, but honestly, yeah, I feel like it used to be almost even between the two, where they were both untiltable players. But at some point, REYNOR's got tilted for about a year or two. I think now his mindset's a bit better around it, but he definitely still gets thrown off his game when the gameplay... I think REYNOR just loves the mid-game. And modern Zerg plays a lot differently to, I think, the race that he maybe initially fell in love with. Whereas Hero, a guy who just loves to mess with his opponents and screw with them. And he's always been able to find ways to do that. Hero's whole goal is to tilt his opponent off the face of the earth. And he's a friggin' beast, man. Now, REYNOR's up 2-0 here. But as a guy whose confidence is low in the matchup, there's going to be a lot of thoughts in the back of his mind. He's got to stay focused and just play his game. Don't be afraid to commit to more timings. But Hero did play heinously greedy. I think 2 Oracles after Void Ray is a very greedy build, where you really need to make sure you don't get surprised by anything. But Hero is going 6 gases, 9 gateways after Void Ray into Triple Oracle and throwing 6 Adepts away. Why aren't there a prediction? It's 3 minutes into the game, mate. A little bit late. You guys have got to do the predictions early. We try to close predictions before the 2-minute mark of most games. Otherwise, often you can have a big advantage. For those who don't know, Hero is a lot older than the REYNOR, Max, Pax, and Clems. I think a lot of people watching that don't realize because of his young looks. You guys know Hero has a wife. She travels with him to all of his events these days. So he kind of says, even if I lose first round, it's a win. Because then my wife's happy because we get to go and explore more of the city while I'm here. Like, they had a nice trip around Paris after Cyril barely managed to take him out in Maestros. He's actually a lot older and more chill than the other guys, but he still plays that blitzing fast, crazy style of StarCraft. Steps do get surrounded. Only 3 drones. I think that's acceptable for REYNOR. He did build 12 Zerglings, though. It's not the greatest, but not the worst. Lair starts up really quickly. Wow, REYNOR's loving this fast. I think he's just going to try and go fast Hydras again. It's Triple Oracle this time around. I think this is pretty fine. I think, is Hero 33 now, guys? 32? Somewhere around there. REYNOR, of course, is 24. Ooh, Oracle coming in. I think he turns 24 this year. Sorry, I think he's still 23, actually. 23 and a half. Oracles get 4 more drones, and that is what Reynor did not want to have happen. If an Oracle died for that, I think he'd be okay with it. But now, if you're still down 5 workers when you're both at 40, that's tough. That being said, Reynor does have the tech advantage of the faster than normal lair, but he can't afford much more damage. He's up to 5 queens now. He's building queen number 6. I think queen number 6 is unnecessary, because I think you're going to be building a Hydra Den now anyway. Oh, no, you're not. It's a Chadray Annihilator. He's doing the classic Dark, but I've been... Every time Rain is in my chat over the last week complaining about Protoss, I'm always like, just play like Dark. I keep saying to him, you guys... I'm like, Raynor, you know my rule. I always imagine I'm wearing a little bracelet that says, what would Dark do? WWDD. What would Dark do? Whenever I'm lost in his EVP or I'm not sure what build to do, I always think, what would Dark do? This was one of Dark's favorite all-ins. He invented this in 2020, and he mixed it into almost every best of 5 or best of 7 he'd play for the next 5 years. It is a fantastic build order if your opponent doesn't know it's coming. But good little setup of units, shield battery, and the Nidus Worm gets spotted. Oh, his building placement sees it, which means the first Nidus will get shot down. Shield batteries are going down. So many Lings coming, though. If he can surround these units, that could be massive. Lings trying to break the ramp. If he can surround these units, this could be huge. Raynor's going to get a nice surround there. But 3 Oracle laser beams are going to be brutal, and those force fields really nice. Very well done. The Oracles, though, using up a lot of energy. Where's the next Nidus Worm going to come from? He doesn't have the gas. He doesn't have the gas. He's only on 1 gas. Oh, no. You need a second gas for this build, guys. Okay, actually, sorry. He did throw a Nidus at the front. Okay, he's going to have enough for another Nidus. He's going to go in the natural. He needs to keep attacking with the Lings. The Oracles are low on energy. Queens and Lings will attack the front. This is still really hard for Hero to hold, but he's getting up 6 gates and he's building cannons. Cannons do so much damage. They wreck this build. You cannot let the cannons get up. Nidus Worm pops in the natural. The Queens are going to get back inside. I can't believe Hero just let that go up. Oh, no. He's in trouble. Queens are behind the natural. Lings are all hanging at the front. They're going to need to commit now. He's going to leave his door open because his name is Hero, and that's how he plays StarCraft. Force field does come down at the last second. Queens are transfusing, buying a lot of time. The Oracles, he's still trying to waste the energy, but energy recharge comes in big. Lings are popping out of the Nidus Worms. You can see they're kind of running past the Stalkers for the surround. He needs to change that rally point on the Nidus so the Lings actually fight. There's no force field. He used energy recharge on the Oracle, which means there's no force field. Reynor coming in from all sides. The Oracles have killed about 1,000 Zerglings. Reynor is completely all in. The Stalker blink is good. The probes are getting massacred, but of course Hero can afford to lose about 30 probes and still be miles ahead. And I think Hero, with that pack of Stalkers and the Ling numbers have now been exhausted. It feels like there's endless Zerglings, but that's just because there's so many to begin with. At this point, I think he can break through. The Queens are out of transfuses. He's trying to build Spine Crawlers here. Maybe he should have done that a bit earlier. And that's going to be a hold for Hero. He will not go down without a fight. I love the choice to commit to this for Reynor, but Hero manages to defend. Oh, look at the smile. I love the smile on Hero's face there. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think this this works if he doesn't see that Nidus going up. Is I don't think Hero knew what was happening. Right? Like, there's no signs of him thinking there's an emergency. He's chronoing blink. He does build a battery in the natural, so maybe he was a little bit suspicious. He did see the early lair. Actually, I think he might have realized. He might have realized. Because the early lair is a really big... If they spot the lair building, it's not as big. But if he sees the lair finish, that's really bad. How did he see it?
The enemy has discovered us.
Oh, he got in here, didn't he? Oh, he just barely... The Queens were like 1 second. If the Queens were slightly further forward, he wouldn't have seen the lair. And he would have had no idea. Clutch Oracle scouting for Hero. Really... And he even... Yeah, and he looks at that and he's like, 5.5 minutes. You don't even have gases started. It's not fully saturated. And he knew something was up. All right, guys. Reynor in the bottom right side. He's going to get blocked again. Hero does not want to take any chances. Oh, but he's going hatchery before Overlord. Good call. He knows... Hero, like, he's cheesing. And Hero's like, oh, I can't take chances. Because he might just 12 pull me again. So he goes hatchery before Overlord, which means there's no way to block it. He then does an extractor trick, builds 1 more drone, then an Overlord. And then he'll build 3 more drones and just go gas pool as normal. Very good opening choice for him. Oh, he's getting bullied, though. Reynor's getting bullied. You just want to pull a drone to attack this. This is something Reynor's struggled with a lot. Look, he's losing a lot of mining time. And it'd be so much better if he just defended this the way Solar does and just attacks the probe. Rogue is probably, I would say, too lazy, where Rogue will just leave a drone attacking the probe for the entire duration until Zerglings are out. Solar will hot swap them on and off, which I think is the best way of doing it. But look at this. Hero's denying mineral patches, like, very well. And Reynor refuses to take the bait. But if you make any mistakes with your clicking, which he is doing here, his drones are getting bounced around a lot. I think Reynor is one of the more vulnerable Zergs to this sort of pressure. And I think he should simplify it by just attacking the drones. Now, to be fair, the mistake he's making is, remember, what would Dark do, guys? Dark wouldn't even try to micro. I have seen Dark literally let Hero steal mining on the patch for 1 minute straight. And Dark just ignores it, says, I'm mining off 7 out of 8 mineral patches. I just don't care. He doesn't even try to micro. It completely ignores the probe, accepts the mining loss. He's just like, yeah, I don't care. He just like gets delayed on his build order, shrugs his shoulders and continues. You see, the problem here is I think Reynor's taking psychological damage because he's trying to counter micro it and he's losing that micro battle. Dark doesn't even try to fight the battle, accepts the damage and doesn't care. This is, if you study at the altar of Dark like I do in ZVP, guys, there's rules to this. And remember, the biggest thing about Dark is if he gets supply blocked, he smiles and goes, awesome, I have an excuse to all in. Because if you're going to play a macro game, not being able to drone early really hurts you because they have less time to mine. But if you're just going to do an all in, usually you're just building those units, banking them up and hiding them anyway. So it doesn't matter. So Dark often gets supply blocked just from sloppy builds and just like messes up his execution and he just goes all in. For those who don't know, Dark is in the military right now. We will get him back probably at the end of this year, 2026. But he's been tweeting that he's really keen to get back to StarCraft and can't wait. Dep does shade backwards. Stargate does start an Oracle. Not bad. Dep's going to shade in. Overlord's on the way. Just to clarify, I don't think this is a massive lead. He did have to send a probe across, and the fact that Reynor got the early hatchery down, I'd still call this a net positive of an opening for Reynor. But of course, the next minute really does matter. 2 Adepts. Gonna find a nice little nook between the minerals and the gas. Oh, he's trying to run some lings across the map. Oh, he wants the cancel on the 3rd. He's got quite a lot of Zerglings building. Clever opening for Reynor. As long as he gets the cancel on the 3rd, this is worth. Goes back to droning now. And the lings will find that 3rd base. Dep's going to move out of the wall off. He can focus that probe as well. That'd be excellent. Second Oracle is coming. Oh, he should absolutely kill the probe, surely. He got greedy, went for the Adept. If the Oracle didn't arrive, that would have been a great move. Oh, he's going to send the... If he sends all these lings around the side as well, he might be able to cancel it again. If he could cancel it a second time, that would be excellent. He's got so many Zerglings, does Reynor. The lings are trying to hide, though. This Oracle's seeing so much, and he's worried about these Adepts shading in, so... Looks like he's going to play a little bit more passive, and that is fine. Reynor droning up here. More and more Overlords on the way. Forge and Twilight go down at 440. It is triple Oracle with 5 Adepts on the map. The Oracles all go to the front. Oh, good scouting, though. Good scouting. But Hero wasn't watching. He wasn't watching. Or was he? No, he was watching. He puts his Adepts in pretty good position. They're better back there, actually, than out here, because here they can get surrounded pretty well. Queens push back these units. There are 18 more Zerglings building, which should be able to defend. Reynor is just shoving with mass Zergling right now. Loses 3 drones. The Lings should deal with this, but Hero takes out 4 workers. Doesn't quite get the 5th, and the 3rd Nexus survives. The Oracle's retreating. I mean, Reynor's actually not that far behind in workers, but the way he's playing makes me feel like he thinks he might be miles behind in this game now. But if you look at the units lost, he's actually perfectly fine. He's got a 4th on the way. Lair's not super early, but I actually think it's a very playable position. And he is keeping these Oracles mostly at home, so they can't really go and harass him. And as long as there's a Ling threat, that allows the 4th base to get up. A lot of Zergs have trouble getting it up on that 4th base. But, Reynor, a young Italian lad, no issues there. Shield battery and the shade back. Nice micro for Hero. Oh, that was really good. And the Oracles are back too quickly. He's got to run away again. Oh, I like the juke there. Tries to dodge the Oracles, but oh, the Hero micro is so good. Dude, he gets so many Zerglings. Hero is very good at StarCraft. We've got a Roach Warren on the way and 2 more Queens. Reynor is going to do a Roach Queen Walk all in. He's going to do it off probably 70 workers, I think, guys. About 70, maybe 75. And I think he's probably going to do, yeah, Roach Ravager, Zergling, Queen all in. Depths are going to go in. Pig, how many Zerglings died this game? You guys guess. Guess in chat. Everyone type your number. Eon Blue guesses 50. I think it was probably like about maybe 57. 34. We both suck. Oracle's moving into the natural. It's not as many as I thought. Oh, Zealot Archon. Zealot Archon's really good against Zerglings, but guess what, guys? Oh, the stasis does get off. Nice move there for Hero. You know he's going to put another one down. He's going to do a spite stasis on the head of the Queen. That's the most Hero. I told you he was going to do it. He's going to sack the Oracle for it. Only gets one Queen for it. Hero can't resist. If there's ever an opportunity to do a spite stasis or a spite pylon or anything, just block his opponent, be annoying. He will take the opportunity. Roaches are coming. Roaches and Queens can beat this army. The question is, now that the 4th is going to go down here, can Hero get home and defend the counterattack? Lings will go after the Nexus. He's going to target the Nexus. And he does save his 4th base, which is kind of nice for Ray Ray. Ray Ray, though, is he going Nidus? Oh, there's a Depths in his natural. He's being pulled back, which means the 4th could get focused. He does focus the 3rd down with his Zerglings. Where are the transfuses? He goes to the transfuses. He's trying to keep it alive. But Hero, he's going to sack his Archons for that. REYNOR was already all in. He doesn't even care about the 4th base. He baits him by pulling too far back. He knows that Hero can't resist it. Hero, he didn't need to kill the 4th. He just needs to defend the counter. He's already up 10 pros, but he loses all of his Archons before the fight even starts. Now he's got to defend with 4 Stalkers and a Sentry. And there's a billion Queens that should be going across this map. He's a little bit slow with the Queens, which means the Oracles might be able to start the defense. Honestly, REYNOR can just go. Ignore the Oracles and just go, and he wins. He's waiting, and I think that's a mistake. He's got to attack. He's pulling back. He's pulling all the way home. Hero, you magician! Hero just hypnotized him and said, you want to defend the Zealot run by, you want to go home, you want to let me build more Immortals, but he's supply blocked, he can't even make more Immortals! Oh no! This game is a holy crapshoot! It is a shit show. It is just an absolute mess, man. Roach Ravager Queen coming forward. REYNOR, one slice raise, he gets the Immortal, there's no Prism to pick it up! The Guardian Shield, it's only a handful of Stalker Zealots. Some Zealots come from behind the Queens, the Roaches, the Ravagers. 3 Archons would have been game-changing in this scenario on the defense with the shield batteries. But instead, he's trying to defend with Blink Stalkers, and Hero just does not have the numbers. REYNOR with the chaotic, endless waves of Zergling, wave after wave in Hero's face into a fully committed 3-base Roach Ravager Queen push. And it is committing to dumb, dark-style all-ins that makes you so difficult to play against. REYNOR was saying I'm at an all-time low in my confidence, and I literally said to him before the tournament started in the chat, anyone who's here at the start knows, I said, that's when you can play your best StarCraft, because you don't care about winning, you don't expect to win, you can flip some coins and YOLO all you want. Good luck, I hope you guys have a good series. I did not expect it to go this way, but REYNOR, man, this was good play. He played like Dark, and honestly, Daddy Dark kills Protoss players, man. Very well played by REYNOR. I always said, imagine if Dark didn't get supply blocked constantly. This version of REYNOR might just be that. He's just too much meat in this army. Hero's Micro is so sick. The fact that he hangs in like this. But the Oracles cannot overwhelm the Queens. The creep helps out. The transfuses have been excellent. And the Roach Ravager is going to overwhelm. GG, well played. REYNOR gets a hard-fought 3-1 victory and gets the first seed out of Group C in a group where when I first announced this group stage, do you know what he did, guys? He DM'd me instantly, and he said, Pig, WTF, man? You put me in a group with 2 Protoss? What the hell? And I said, I believe in you, REYNOR. Good luck, buddy. Yeah, he wasn't happy about it. Sometimes, when you get put under pressure, you get put in a spot you don't want to be in, you either find a way to rise to the occasion, or you fall. And today, REYNOR rose to the occasion. Very well played, REYNOR. GG's. Dude, GG, well played. For those who are just tuning in, REYNOR just said, did you like those games? And I said, of course I love those games. That was so much fun. It felt like you had, sometimes I think for me, I always feel like unless you're just amazingly good at ZVP, where you're better than your opponent and a god, and you're like Cyril on his best ever day where he wins late game, which is, so awful for most Zerg players. I always feel like ZVP, the scariest Zerg a Protoss can play is the Zerg player who's got a needle sticking out of his arm and he's seeing people, and he's like, you know, the guy's like mumbling on the side of the street with a needle in his arm. He's just doing unhinged stuff, and goes up to like a signpost on the side of the road and starts headbutting it. And I think that's how you played this series. Would you agree?
Yeah, pretty much. I just playing standard ZVP hasn't been working out for me, so I asked myself, what would Dark do? What would Shin do before the games? And I just shipped it, man. I just hands off the keyboard, just pure faith. Don't give a fuck, you know? And it worked out. Seems to be the best ZVP strategy right now.
It is. Well, I mean, the thing is, it's like, if you can play like this as well, it makes playing a bit more normal way stronger, because the Protoss knows you're so unhinged that they're like, they see things that look kind of normal, but in their mind, they're like, it could be Nidus Queen Zergling, it could be like this thing, that thing, there could be Zerglings coming from weird angles. And I actually want to ask you about the last game, because I felt like so many oracles, such good defense from him, good energy, his adepts were doing a good job. Did you feel like you were getting enough damage, or do you think were you kind of worried and felt like this isn't really working, but I've just got to keep committing?
As I told you, man, hands off the keyboard, brain is off, just let it ride, you know. I made a bunch of links, didn't get much done. I was like, whatever, maybe I'll make some roaches and maybe they'll get something done. Then he suicided into me, I killed the third base, and it pretty much worked out, you know.
It was amazing. You know, I don't think it was on purpose, but when those two adepts went in your natural, you pulled most of your roaches back, and then it baited him into coming in and sniping your fourth base, and you actually got all 3 Archon snipes there.
Yeah.
Was that on purpose? Was this a 300 IQ bait because you knew Hero can't resist a red hit point hatchery?
Well, I think what baited him mostly is me killing his third base. You know, I killed his third base, and he was like, damn, I need to get something in return. And obviously, like, not seeing the roaches at the fourth was also a trigger, but I think the main point was me killing his third. Really upset him for sure.
Yeah, because 3 Archons, maybe he could have held on there, right? If he's got 3 Archons at home, that's pretty hard to push into, yeah?
Yeah, I was maxed out, so I'm not sure. Like, my comp is pretty decent against this comp, theoretically, because he was much lower on supply, but it's much harder if he has those Archons and those Zealots.
Yeah, it was a pretty sick series, man. I mean, I'm trying to remember. Do you remember? Because the last time Hero died to a 12-pool drone drill was Serral at Maestro's on, yeah. I think it was it Golden Ore or something? One of the big maps. I think the one with the ledge. I think it was that map. I can't quite remember. Was it game 1 of that series as well? Or
I don't think it was Golden Ore, no?
Maybe not Golden Ore. I'm forgetting the map. Do you remember the map with the ledge on it above the third?
The ledge?
There's like a gold in the bottom left side. Previous season's map pool.
I don't remember. Previous map pool?
Decent macro map from the last season. Sorry, Chad will help me out. But that's all right. Anyway, he drone drilled in there. That's the last time anyone's done it, right? What made you choose 12-pool drone drill? Did you just think... No?
Yeah, I think he wouldn't... I thought he wouldn't scout, honestly. I took the gamble. In my mind, it's... most likely he wouldn't scout, just because the map is so big, and I remember in our last series he was gate scouting every game, and before that he was also scouting, blocking every game basically. So it's been a while since he did no scout, and I just took the gamble. I remember the last series, and I thought there was a good chance he wouldn't scout. I just shipped it. Since, yeah, as I said, since he scouted every game last time. He's probably thinking no shot is going to 12-pool me, so I'm going to get away with this.
And it worked out perfectly, man. I mean, he loves to play on the extremes, right? He loves to pylon block sometimes, or go for the build big map like that. He's normally not going to block you with a pylon and a probe, so I think it was a really good read. Chat confirmed. Roxa said it was pylon. It was actually pylon. That series between Serral and Hero started on
That's not a macro map, man. That's like the shortest map of the map pool, no?
No, Maganatha was map 1 of the series, so I remembered map 1, but for some reason I thought that was the map where he did the pull, but it was a macro game 1, and then the all-in came game 2 in that series. But Basilisk, Zergs, you guys are famous for being kind of the cheesiest players who can't really win straight-up games. So do you think this might hurt the image of Basilisk as such a respectable organization to be supporting such degenerates?
Yeah, I'm sure we'll be fine. Hopefully Yona doesn't bring our reputation down tomorrow too much, but I'm sure he's gonna do fine. maybe some 12 pulls as well. That's what we do, man.
Yeah, get some drone drills. Maybe we'll see some
Drone drills.
spies.
Do you like the drones? Because at first I didn't want to send the drones, but then I was like, yeah, man, fuck it. I just shifted, you know. I'm glad I did, because if you don't, like if you do, it's risky. Because if he scouts the drones, then he can wall off, and it gets a bit dicey.
Whereas you
but
can
if you
drill
don't, you can
your
also-
drones to stack up and kill the wall off, right?
Not really. Like if he walls off, you're kind of dead.
Okay, but you can stop him getting the wall off because a drone goes in early.
Well, not really. That's the risk of the drone pool, you know, because if he sees the drone pool, that's why I sent them the different direction. Because sometimes there's Cyber Scout, and on the map there's Excel Naga, so I sent it the other direction in case he just goes to Excel Naga real quick. Because then he would probably just pull the probes and not full wall. I'm not exactly sure, but it's risky to send all the drones when they scout late, because you're ahead by itself, basically with 12 pull, even if you don't do much damage, because they have to lose a lot of mining time. But I just wanted to kill him. I didn't want to play a game on that map.
It's so funny because I literally said, oh, will he drone drill or won't he? And I saw you had one drone go to the natural and I was like, oh, he is going to go hatch first. Oh, well. And then I like looked at Hero's base and then I looked back and I was like, oh no, they are coming. So
yeah, that was actually to spot the probe, because I don't remember if it goes from the left on this map or from the right, because I never played this in ZVP. I always veto it, but I wanted to play it. I wanted to 12 pull him. So I didn't know if it was coming from the left or the right, so I sent a drone down, because the Overlord only would spot from the left and not from the right. So I sent a drone down to see if there was a probe. And 115, no probe. 120, no probe. Just click everything.
It's go time, boys. That's awesome, dude. This was such a sick series. You started off a little bit slowly against Cure earlier. This is a habit for REYNOR. We know REYNOR likes to show up, lose the first game, and then win the next two. If it's a best of 5, sometimes lose 2 games and then win the next 3. This is like throughout your whole career. What went wrong in the first game against Cure?
I don't know what the fuck I did, honestly. Like like what was that build, man? I don't even know why I did it. It's like a mix of the Miko build, and then I went like 4-minute infestation pit. It just made no sense. I was so confused at myself, you know. I was like, while I was playing, I was like, what the fuck am I doing, man? So yeah, I don't know. Maybe for the fans or something. I have no idea. That was awful.
I'm glad to to know, because I was also confused. Me and Twitch
I was
were like,
so confused.
I was like, it's the Serral. He's gonna drop queens and drop creep outside the map while doing a little Roach Ravager contain.
I mean, you're supposed to do that, but he went 3 racks, so you can't do that anymore, right? Because he skipped Hellions. And so I was confused. I was like, because I remember I played him on ladder once. This was like months and months ago, and I did something like this, and he went Hellion Banshee anyways. So I took the gamble of saying, okay, maybe he's gonna go Hellion Banshee again, and I can kill him with some Roach Queen, but he went 3 racks, so I had no idea what to do from that point.
Just giving the guys some admin help there, letting them know Q is the lower seed, so he gets to pick. Yeah, dude, that's awesome. I mean, I think that the series was kind of... I was worried for you there, because I was like, that was such a weird game, and it just felt like things weren't syncing up. After that, though, was there a moment where you started getting confident? Was it like the first Banshee you managed to kill or something? Because it felt like you kind of ran away with the series from there, and it almost felt like Cure wasn't really playing his best in that series. There was a few Banshees running in. You had some really... I mean, the Evo Chamber block on Mothership, trapping all the Hellions was clutch. Like, that was just good play for you. But there was, like... He was very sloppy with his Banshees, and it felt like you got to 90 drones, like, so early and were just running all over him. Was that a bit of a lower level from Cure than you'd expect?
I mean, I wasn't worried at all after the first game. I felt like I lost the first game to myself, so I really counted that out. Like, just in general, lately... I've been doing pretty good against Cure. Like, I don't know. So he's a bit too slow, I think, nowadays. Like I feel like I can abuse him easily. I just send some links or attack his Hellion, so he loses a Banshee. Like, I don't know if it's because I'm so used to playing against Clem these days, but I don't know. Cure's early game and mid game just doesn't feel that great.
Yeah, I think if you play as much against Clem as you do, it's almost like you're playing in sped up time, and then you get to, like, you're playing anyone else, and I think it feels like you're playing one game speed slower, right?
Yeah. I mean, that definitely helps. Playing this much against Clem makes everyone is much easier, maybe except Maru, because they have such different styles, right? So.
Yeah, I was really interested to see if anyone would try to emulate Maru's style. Looked like he might have tried to go there in that third game, but I think he was a bit too far behind, so you just ran over him with the mutas. Did you see Shin against Maru the other day? Were you inspired by Shin's Mutalisk play against Maru, or was
No,
this
he
just
went
your own?
Mutas. No, I went Mutas because I saw tanks and I saw mech, and I saw he wasn't really scouting anything, so I said high chance I'm just gonna kill him, and if not, I'm gonna play Link Min Muta. I have good side off anyways, and I wanted to try it against mech.
Yeah, that makes sense. So Shin actually was beating Maru with mech on Enclave, Celestial Enclave, with mass mutas against mech into ultras, and it was like pretty sick. It was actually really cool. It was a very close game. Shin himself kind of said he threw. We all thought he could have won. He was definitely in a potentially winning position, but Maru did Maru things as he does and brought it back. But yeah, dude, I love the games. You played really good. We had Nidus, so we had 12 pool drone pool. We had Nidus, the Chadray Annihilator build. We had what was game 3 again?
I mean, the Nidus was game 3. Game 2 was the Hydra Bane.
Right, yes. Slow Baneling, it's like just 59 drone, 5 gas Hydra Bane. I love that timing. Hero was going Void Ray into triple Oracle and 6 gas. Crazy greed, so perfect build to counter that. Did you know what he was doing? Was it a response to the Void Ray, or were you just kind of like, it's probably a good timing?
No, I mean, I saw the Void and I saw an Oracle and then another Oracle, and I was like, okay, let's send it. It's very hard for him to defend everything. Then I saw a couple of Zealots and I was pretty happy. I don't know, I felt like I had a pretty smooth game, and he was playing absurdly greedy, so just punished it.
Good way to play, man. Well, I'm so looking forward to your games. You got the first seed to the playoffs, which means you go into the
Against
kind of
Clem.
special upper bracket match. So that should be nice and exciting for you. And you get an extra life. So if you win that, you go straight to the semis. If you lose it, then you will drop down. So should be awesome either way. Looking forward to your games there, man. Your ZVTs against Clem have been amazing lately. All your matchups have been. So good luck with the practice. And we'll see you next week in the playoffs.
Thank you very much, Pig. See you guys.